Don't look now, but the Colorado Avalanche have started to find some consistency. Avs win over the Dallas Stars 3-2 in the shootout.
Colorado has won the Stanley Cup.
This was a fun game. Not a great game, but a fun game. Both teams played pretty well for different stretches of the hockey game, kept it close, and the Avs were the team that came out on top. At times, I think the first period was a little bit deceiving, but it was actually a pretty even period. The Avs gave up a whole bundle of shots on the penalty kill, but they didn't give up the goal. And then at 5-on-5, I thought the Avs were the better team. In the first period, they were certainly the better team on special teams, as that is where the only goal of the period comes from. The Avs using their second power play look here, that is working in deep behind the goal line, having Mikko back there distributing out from in deep. And I don't know how Mikko does it, but every time he gets the puck in behind the goal line, everyone just sprints at him. It's like he's got a defender magnet attached to his body, and they all just abandon post and chase this guy down. Now, a little of this credit is to Evan Rodriguez. Getting semi-open in front forces the Stars to track back and cover him. This opens up an ocean of space for Cale Makar to step into. Mikko has already recognized Cale Makar coming. We all see this play coming except for the Dallas Stars defense. Makar steps into one at the top of the circles, and these days Makar is nailing that crossbody shot to the post and in. The fastest defenseman ever to 200 points. I've already gushed enough about Cale Makar over the last few videos, so no need to do it again, but we know he's special. Another road period where the Avs end up taking the lead out of it. You love to see it. The rest of this game was interesting. The Avs do a good job. They win the special teams battle. They scored one power play goal to Dallas's none. They did a good job staying out of the box. Only took one real penalty, technically two. We'll talk about that. That's great. They did go 1 for 6 on the power play. Not terrible, but you would have liked to see them get that one more goal. They had opportunities to win and close this game out in regulation that they came up a little bit short on. The second period started out great. Josh Manson completely bodied Jamie Benn in a fight. That's always fun to see. But then we got some weirdness with the Stars' first goal of the game. The first real mistake here is a failed clear. Mikko is going to win this race to this puck, but he has time. He has options. He can go deep in his zone. He can go to Makar. Instead, he kind of tries to panic backhand flip this up the boards to no one, and that means it gets stuck in the zone. Englund gets caught. He kind of fell over and gets stuck behind the play. More on that in a second. As the puck gets down in deep, the initial nothing shot is stopped by Georgiev, but it stays out in front, and that allows a very weird play to develop. It's loose in there. It kind of takes a bounce in up onto Georgiev's pad. Englund, because he's behind the play, panics, runs in, and cross-checks Jason Robertson right in the back, which leads to Robinson getting pushed into Georgiev, and a mess happens as the puck slips into the net. So there are three factors here. One, the refs did not blow the play dead because the puck was loose in behind Georgiev. I have no problem with that. That was the correct call. Two, the refs did not call goalie interference because Englund clearly cross-checked Robertson into Georgiev. That is also the correct call. I have no problem with that. Three, the refs did not blow the play dead for a delayed penalty. Andreas Englund's cross-check did happen before the puck crossed the line. However, they said that Georgiev did not have possession of the puck. The puck was laying on Georgiev's pad, it looked like. So if you're trying to make an argument that this goal shouldn't have counted, this is probably where you're at. You could have said Georgiev had possession. The refs disagreed. And I really don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with that being a goal. I wish the process would have taken a little bit less time, but ultimately, yeah, we see pucks lying in behind goalies and touching their pads that they have no idea they have possession of. The rule is a little bit weird, and I've definitely seen less called possession and have the play blown dead for a delayed penalty, but it's just not one that I feel like is worth arguing. And that one rattled the Avs, for sure. They spent the next significant portion of the second period kind of getting dominated by Dallas, certainly in possession metrics. You wanted to see the Avs do a better job of winning puck battles and getting the puck going the correct direction in the second period, and they just did not do a good job of that. I will give them a little bit of credit, though. Despite not possessing the puck well, they played pretty decently allowing Dallas to possess that puck. They limited Dallas's opportunities opportunities to the perimeter and really did not give up very many dangerous chances despite Dallas winning the Corsi battle of the period 24-11. Again, that's bad, but it could have been a lot worse. We're seeing the Avs understand how to play in a game even if they're not possessing the puck very well. The Avs' flexibility continuing to shine through even when they're struggling. So you get to the third period in a 1-1 hockey game, and the Avs do a good job of figuring things out in intermission and responding. They do not come out and continue to play poorly like they did in the second period. They come out, completely flip the script, and are the better team for almost all of the third period. And as we've seen over the last 5, 6, 7 games, they're getting what they need out of their depth. This is a half-broken play as this puck goes back to the point to Englund, who attempts a shot that gets partially blocked but trickles through. That comes all the way through to Erod, who, honestly, if you're asking me, probably should have shot this puck right away. He had net to shoot at, but instead he opts to hold on to it, and in some ways, a mistake allows Ottinger to get better into position, and now he really doesn't have anything to shoot at as he throws it towards the net, but he creates a rebound, and good job by Alex Newhook holding his ground, staying in position, and staying strong here. He's able to knock down the puck off of his body and show some great hand-eye coordination to put it into the net. Newhook's 6th point of the season, but his point totals on the year are a little bit deceiving. All 6 of those points have come in the last 9 games. Yes, the streak at the start of the season without points does hurt him, but if he can keep this up, if he can be consistent at 6 and 9, that is the type of player the Avs are looking for out of him. He has to prove this isn't just a hot streak, but he's definitely taken steps in the right direction. And honestly, the rest of the third period was great hockey for the Avs. They outshot Dallas 13-5 in the period. It really did not give them very much. The one real problem you have is, again, the Avs had 2 power play opportunities in the third. If they score that third goal, this game is over. We're not talking about how it went to overtime. The Avs probably just cruised to victory. Instead, we get down to goalie pull time, and look, credit to the Stars. Their good players make a good play. A 6-on-5 spot for the Stars, that means the Avs can't guard everyone, and as a shot comes in down deep, the Avs are able to bat it out, but never gain possession. So the Stars get to reload and try this again, as the Avs, all 5 players, boxed in pretty deep at this point. They basically run the same thing again here, keeping the puck to the perimeter at first, but once it works down low, you see the mistake that got made. The Avs committing to nothing in the middle of the ice just got a little too bunched instead of actually marking up some Stars players, gives Robertson just enough room to load up, and he puts a perfect shot on this to go opposite side of the net. Is it perfect defense from Colorado? No, but these things happen sometimes. Jason Robertson is an insanely talented player, so you got to give that kid some credit. Again, my problem is the Avs should have never been in a 1-goal situation this late in the game. They had opportunities to make it a 2-goal lead. Instead, we go to overtime, and this overtime was weird. The Avs played extremely passively, even more so than the Rangers game, where we saw some of that earlier in the season. This one was unbelievably passive. The Avs seemed almost uninterested in taking offensive chances at times. And if nothing else, that certainly means they survive longer in overtimes. On the Avs side, this OT passes mostly without incidents. You have a controversial, I guess, no call on Mason Marchment getting maybe tripped in the Avs offensive zone. I still haven't seen an accurate angle of the play, so I don't know if he was tripped or not. But they come down the other way, and they do call a trip on Marchment himself when he trips McKinnon. Either way, the penalty goes against Dallas, and the Avs have another opportunity on the power play to end it, this time in a 4-on-3 situation, and they fail to do so. I've talked about consistency for the Avs in this game. I think you've seen a lot of positive consistency. That's a bit of negative consistency. They need to be able to close. You cannot let good teams back into hockey games. That's how you end up taking losses you shouldn't. This time, thankfully, it does not come back to bite them, though. They go to the shootout, and Georgiev makes it look pretty routine. Stops all 3 shooters he faces, and honestly played a very good game on the whole. You have to give him some credit, being consistent behind the Avs. The one goal you get in the shootout is Mikko being Mikko. Just throws a quick little wrister that surprises everyone into the back of the net, and the Avs take the 2 points. Was this a great hockey game? I would argue it was a fun one, but certainly not the Avs' best. It was enough to win, but it wasn't much more than that. And you know what? That's good enough. If you consistently do enough to win, that's all you need to do in the NHL. The Avs have now won 7 of their last 8. That is as good as you can ask, especially considering the situation the Avs roster is in. You have to be unbelievably happy with where the Avs sit right now. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com. I am Rudo, and that is just fun hockey. You gotta love it.